Hey loves, it's Jasmine again. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here in my kitchen and I thought today would be a great opportunity to film a little dinner recipe video for you guys. It's the first time I'm doing it, so I'm super excited. I'm going to be making spaghetti and meatballs with breaded eggplant. I'm also going to be including a lot of low protein substitutes, so if you are someone like me who have PKU or you know someone who has PKU and needs to be on a low protein diet, then I will be sharing some substitutes so that your meal isn't chock full of protein. So I hope you guys do enjoy it. If you're new here, my name is Jasmine. I do lifestyle, home decor, and beauty related videos, and I would love to have you, so click that red subscribe button and let's get into it. The first thing I do when I'm making my spaghetti and meatballs, I usually prep up all the ingredients I am going to be needing beforehand. So this stuff is all gonna go in my sauce. I'm gonna make just like a tomato sauce with basil. So a sweet sauce. So we're using sweet green peppers, and these are shallots. The difference between shallots and a regular yellow onion is shallots tend to be a little bit more sweeter. They're also super tiny. If you ever go to the grocery store, they're like small and pink and the insides are purple. So these are shallots, and I'll also be using some fresh garlic in my sauce. It's important to prep up everything prior so that you're ready to go as soon as your oil gets hot. Next, what you want to do is get a saucepan. Any type of pan like this would work. Also, a smaller one will work. I'm only making a very small portion. It's for me and my husband, and my husband will have so much left over for work tomorrow that he actually will probably share with his colleagues. So, I mean, I use a size about this size, and basically what you're gonna do is put a little bit of oil at the bottom of that pan, and I will insert a clip of me doing that, and then just toss in all of your onions, peppers, and garlic. You want them to brown before adding the tomato sauce. Just a little bit. You don't want it to burn, you want it to brown. Next, I just wanted to show you guys the seasonings I will be using for the ground beef. I like to use garlic powder with parsley, sea salt, onion powder, and pepper. Then I add half a cup to a cup of breadcrumb and an egg to my ground beef. So now I'm just going to be adding some seasoning. I already added my peppers and onions. Next, I'm just going to season the meat. Next, I'm just adding an egg to the mix. What the egg is going to do is keep your meatballs together once you add your breadcrumb. And I like to kind of get in there with my hands. You're definitely going to get messy when you're making meatballs. So try to take off all your rings and all that and have your hands clean beforehand. But I kind of just add the breadcrumb as I go, and I mix with my hands. So this is kind of the consistency you want, kind of like everything kind of bolts together. And now what you want to do is start prepping your meatballs. So I like to make mine on the smaller side, but it's completely up to you. Some people like really large meatballs, so it's up to you. I'm just going to start making my meatballs. I like my meatballs to be kind of on a smaller side. small to medium size, but it's totally up to you. If you want to make them bigger, you definitely can. And boom, that's about the size of the meatball that I use. And what I do is just place this in a pan for when I'm ready to cook them. But right now they're just sitting in those seasonings, so they are going to be kind of marinating. So by the time we're ready to cook them, I like to cook them maybe an hour before my hubby gets out of work, just so that by the time he gets here, it's done. So this is how they came out. This is how they look. As you can see, they're all about the same size. It's important to have your meatballs pretty much the same size, because then they'll all cook evenly and at the same time they'll be finished. I just sprinkled a little bit of Pecorino Romano cheese on top, and now I'm just gonna let these sit in the fridge until I'm ready to fry them up in the pan. Our sauce is going, our meatballs are prepped. Next, we're gonna start our eggplant. And the key to making really crispy, crunchy, like nice fried eggplant is to cut your eggplant really thin. I know some people prefer to have like the thicker slices, but I just find that those slices are probably better for like eggplant parmesan than they are just to have on the side. And usually I don't make eggplant parmesan, so I choose to kind of cut my eggplant super thin, and they crisp up very nicely. So if you want really crunchy, crispy, almost like a an eggplant chip kind of taste, definitely cut yours thin. And I will show you guys my little setup here after. Once you cut your eggplant, you want to bread your eggplant. Now, because I am on a low protein diet, I try to avoid egg at all costs. So usually I will substitute an egg for coconut milk. And I know that sounds weird, but it gives the same kind of stick to the breadcrumb as an egg would, and it has absolutely no protein. So you went from generally it being a high protein meal to having absolutely no protein, because eggplant has no protein, coconut has no protein, and the breadcrumb we are using has no protein. So that's just a little tip for anyone who's on a low protein diet. If you're not on a low protein diet, then dig in with the egg, get your Parmesan cheese in there, get your breadcrumb, get everything in there that you basically need to get all that protein in. But like I said, now I am doing it low protein style, and I will show you my setup. So here is my setup. I basically thinned out the eggplant. You see how thin that is? And this makes it super crunchy, and that's what I like about cutting it that thin. I have about 6 slices here, which is fine for me and my husband. And then I have a little bit of coconut milk here and some breadcrumb. So now we will kind of assembly line them up and bread them up, get them prepped. So I just finished breading the eggplant, and as you can see, it is just as compacted and it sticks just as much as the egg, the coconut milk, and it basically looks exactly the same. And I really don't think there's a taste difference, because I've read online you can actually substitute egg when you're breading with the milk, and coconut milk doesn't really have that much of a strong coconutty flavor. So this is basically how it looks. I just wanted to show you. So the very last thing you guys want to do is boil your water for your pasta. Now, I choose to do it later because I feel like pasta tends to kind of get cold quick and not taste the same, and you want to make sure you serve it warm. So I will always serve my pasta about 15 minutes after it's done cooking. So basically I will have my hubby call me and let me know when he's 15 minutes away, and then I'll start my pasta. I like to use a pasta by Barilla, and this is it right here. It's made with corn and rice, and it's gluten-free. Gluten-free pastas, I've noticed, have just way less protein in them as opposed to regular pastas. Definitely check out your selections. So next I'm going to boil my water and toss in my spaghetti. And I usually just go off of the instructions, which I think this one is like 7 to 10 minutes or something. 10 minutes. So for al dente, which I do like it al dente style, it is 10 minutes. So that is what you do next. And now we are all finished. I just plated my husband's dish. So as you can see, I added a little bit of cheese on top of his tomato and basil sauce, but that's how the plate looks. Looks super yummy. The house smells so good. I really wish you guys can smell it. I wish like this whole thing can be like smell-o-vision for you. It smells really good. That's it. So make sure to like these videos if you guys enjoy them. Please give them a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe. That way you can be notified every time there are brand new videos on my channel. Thank you again for joining me. Bye.